Welcome to today's deep dive into the world of One Piece. Have you ever wondered about the greatest mystery in the series? The Void Century? This hidden era spans 100 years erased from history. The world government has done everything to keep it secret, but scattered clues reveal powerful civilizations, lost technologies, and the rise of the world government itself. Let's uncover the legends that Oda has carefully hidden within the story. The Void Century is a period shrouded in darkness with almost no surviving records. What could be so dangerous that the world government silenced an entire era? Some scholars believe it holds the truth about an ancient kingdom that rivaled the world's rulers. This secret might connect to the mysterious Poneglyphs artifacts carved in indestructible stone, carrying messages across time. Are these clues the key to unraveling the hidden history? In the world of One Piece, history is not always what it seems. The Void Century represents 100 years of lost knowledge. Why does the world government fear it so much? Every time archaeologists tried to reveal it, they were silenced. This era may explain the origin of the Revolutionary Army's ideals, the power of the ancient weapons, and the true meaning of freedom. It's no wonder the story keeps circling back to this forgotten past. The Void Century is not just a gap in history. It's the foundation of the current world order. It marks the fall of an ancient kingdom that may have stood against the ancestors of the world government. The survivors left messages in the form of poneglyphs, ensuring the truth would never completely vanish. These stones connect directly to the will of D, suggesting that the lost history might hold the destiny of future generations. The true danger of the Void Century lies in what it represents. Knowledge that could topple the entire world. Imagine a history so powerful that even the most feared rulers erase it at all costs. From Joy Boy's mysterious apology to the creation of the ancient weapons, everything traces back to this forgotten era. Could this be why the world government hunts anyone who dares to research the One Piece often uses mystery as fuel for its epic storytelling, and the Void Century is the perfect example. While we don't have all the answers yet, we know this era connects the ancient weapons, Joy Boy, and the promise made to Fishman Island. The silence around this history tells us how important it truly is. When the Void Century is revealed, it will likely shake the One Piece world to its very core. Oda has built suspense around the Void Century for decades. The more the world government hides it, the more fans want to know the truth. We see archaeologists like Nico Robin dedicated to uncovering it, even at the cost of being hunted worldwide. Why would a child like Robin be seen as such a threat? Because knowledge itself is power! And the Void Century holds the ultimate knowledge. Joy Boy remains one of the most mysterious figures connected to the Void Century. His legacy reaches far beyond the past, tied to promises left unfulfilled and treasures yet to be found. Many believe he is linked directly to the One Piece itself. Could Joy Boy have been the leader of the ancient kingdom? Or perhaps a symbol of freedom whose will continues through the ages? His story may be the key to everything. The ancient weapons are another major puzzle from the Void Century. Pluton, Poseidon, and Uranus, 3 weapons, powerful enough to destroy the world or reshape it entirely. These weapons are tied to poneglyphs and protected secrets. Why were they created? Were they a means to fight the ancestors of the world government, or tools to maintain balance in the seas? Their true role remains one of the greatest mysteries. Nico Robin is central to the Void Century's mystery. As the last surviving scholar of O'Hara, she carries the burden of uncovering the past. Her ability to read poneglyphs makes her a target, but also the only person who can connect the dots. Her journey is not just about survival. It's about fulfilling the dream of those who sacrificed everything to protect history. Through Robin, the lost voices of the Void Century live on. The poneglyphs are indestructible stones carrying messages from the Void Century. Spread across the world, they serve as breadcrumbs left behind by the ancient civilization. Some guide the way to the ancient weapons, while others tell stories of lost promises. Together, they form the real Poneglyph, a complete history of the world. Whoever pieces them together will understand the truth that the world government fears most. The will of D is closely tied to the mysteries of the Void Century. Those who carry the initial D in their name seem destined to challenge the world order. Luffy, Law, Blackbeard, and others are unknowingly tied to this ancient history. Could the D clan be descendants of the ancient kingdom? If so, then their existence itself is a threat to the world, governments, lies, and control. One Piece has always been about freedom, and the Void Century might explain why. The ancient kingdom could represent an era where freedom clashed with oppression, where knowledge stood against control. The current rulers may fear history because it reveals their true origins. In the end, learning the truth about the Void Century might not just be about the past. It could determine the future of the entire world. The world government's obsession with secrecy proves the Void Century is more than just forgotten history. Their power relies on silencing voices and erasing knowledge. Yet, the truth keeps resurfacing in the form of the Straw Hats' adventures. Every island they visit, every ally they gain, and every Poneglyph they uncover brings the world closer to the hidden truth. The day the Void Century is revealed, the balance of power will crumble. The great kingdom destroyed during the Void Century might have been the greatest power in the world. Some fans theorize it was advanced beyond imagination, with technology surpassing anything seen today. If true, its existence challenges the very legitimacy of the world government. Did the rulers of today rise by erasing their greatest rival, rewriting history to make themselves heroes instead of conquerors? The truth about the Void Century might also explain the origin of the celestial dragons. These so-called gods of the world live in luxury, protected by fear and tradition. But if their ancestors took power by erasing an entire kingdom, then their authority is built on lies. This could explain why they rule with arrogance, desperate to hide the truth that their power is stolen rather than earned. Many believe the final war foreshadowed by Oda will revolve around the truth of the Void Century. When that history is revealed, the world government will no longer have the foundation of lies to stand on. Pirates, revolutionaries, and ordinary people will all learn what was stolen from them. The Void Century is not just a secret. It is the key to the liberation of the world. Fishman Island gave us one of the strongest connections to the Void Century through Joy Boy's promise. He promised to return one day and fulfill an ancient vow, but circumstances prevented him. This unkept promise continues to affect the world hundreds of years later. When the Void Century's truth is revealed, Joy Boy's will may finally be completed. Perhaps through the journey of Luffy himself, the Void Century remains the most thrilling mystery in One Piece. Every arc, every adventure, and every clue pushes us closer to the truth. Oda has promised that when this history is finally revealed, the entire story of One Piece will come together. Until then, we can only piece together the fragments scattered across the seas, waiting for the moment the world learns the secret history that changed everything.